You're A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the National Volleyball League Week 3. We are here having Kcca Volleyball Club taking on Police Volleyball Club. Police is still looking for their first victory in the National League because they have not yet won, while Kcca have only dropped one game against Sportes, which they dropped in their last encounter 2 weeks back. No, sorry, 1 week ago, where they played the defending champions and lost that game 3-2. But they'll be looking to maximize and cover up that gap because they dropped 2 points on that game. So they'll be looking to cover up that gap and maybe get 3 points away from Police. And as it stands, Police is having the lead in this set, 14-12. It's only the first set. And earlier in the morning, we had Tigers taking on KVC. That game ended in favor of KVC 3-1. And just so you know, KVC has not yet lost a single game, and they're leading, they're topping the table at the moment, and they've not dropped points so far. Kcca trying to come back here, and of course the referee for this game is our international referee, Kcca Innocent. It's been a while, but he is here and taking on this game. Kcca with that score to be able to close the gap and finally catch up. Still a very early game. We haven't hit that 15-point mark, and Carlos back in service. A very good jump server, and he is very consistent on it. He does not cowardize and go to the float. He maintains that jump service through and through, but this time he doesn't quite get it on court, and Police will be very relieved with that one to get a much needed side out and hit the 15-point mark as we get into the late moments of this game. Service error, that is from Eli. Eli also usually a jump server, but today we've not seen him go for it. He's going for the float. Service this time from Esau, but that is given as a common point with some sort of disturbance on the court, and Esau will be retaking his service, but it was quite a good one. Service once again, and that is a point for Kcca. Very, very free point. There is a position foul there called on Police. Early movement before the server contacts the ball. Substitution now for Kcca. Iga Mohammed is going to come on for Waiswa. We've seen him being used so much in the receiver attack position at the moment because the defending champions of Sportes Volleyball Club gave Kcca quite a challenge in their last game and forced them to get in their powerhouses on the court. And Iga Mohammed is one of the biggest powerhouses on the Kcca side, so he needs to be on that court for them to be able to push through. Esau on the service. The pass from Eli through the middle. That is, oh, it's actually a combination play. That is Fairuz attacking through the middle. Very good play from him. He's being used in the middle today. Fairuz playing through the middle on Police side today, usually an opposite. Very surprising, really. I actually thought that was a combination play, but he's definitely playing through the middle. It's not bad. He's doing quite well. But Kcca taking the lead. 2-point lead in the late moments of this set. That is a service from Ijongat. Very good service. A little bit of a struggle. It's going to be a free ball. Chol looking for his attackers and goes to Esau. They do not get the score. Big swing this time, and that is David Serie, very smart player. He knows how to get those points, and that of course comes with experience. He's played several times. He's played this game. He knows when he needs to score and how he can do it. Good pass from Omondi. Iga Mohammed, no free ball to be given. He takes a swing on it but doesn't get it across. It is surprising that they are not going after him on the service. They are still going after the libero Omondi and Esau. Maybe a strategy to serve in position 1. Yes, and of course online, thank you so much for those who are tuning in and watching with us on YouTube. I see Flo Elf, thank you so much for tuning in, supporting Esau there. Anyway, we are also having a ladies game happening now. KVC is taking on VVC, and that game is also live on our YouTube channel, so feel free to watch whichever game you're interested in, because we are streaming both men and women's games at the same time. Big swing through the middle, that is Owen, shuts that down. So I usually say it's a statement hit, and it is, because they hit that 20-point mark and forcing Police to now call a timeout. They had a great lead earlier on in the game, but now they've dropped it, and Kcca having the lead, and the team that we know they are at the moment, very strong team. They've got good connections with each other, and for them to take a lead in the late game, it's something that gives Police something a lot to think about, really, so that they can maybe find a way to side out after that timeout and see how they can push themselves to get into the points zone. But it's only the first set. Back from that timeout, Kcca with the service. Chol going after Eli, very good pass through the middle, quick set, but Igune cannot get through. And that is the powerhouse, Iga Mohammed, making it look very easy, getting that much needed side out very quick and keeping Kcca in the service, really. That is what they want to see at this moment. Do not give a chance to your opponents in the late game, and Kcca is doing that very well. Chol once again with the service, pass is still good. This time David Serie just shooting that ball through the block. I told you that he knows how to score, and the setter does very well looking for him, and he's able to get a side out, and he's also quite a good server. But Kcca has got very good attackers, and there he misses the service at a very crucial moment. You can see the frustration. Iga Mohammed now going in for service. Good up through the middle, shut down. That is Igune, nowhere through. There's just a 3-man block waiting for him. The setter did not have good eyes on that play. Igune cannot go through Esau, Owen and Carlos. And there is an ace service from the young man. When I say that, you guys usually come for me, that I'm calling people young men, but they are young guys. So everyone who is under the category of youth is definitely young. But that is Iga Mohammed. He gets an ace and then misses his next serve. But it is a set point for Kcca. Very good run, coming back from the 2 points down and now taking the lead, having a 4-point lead. Good service, good pass from Omondi. Set, can they finish it now? They cannot. Police still holding on. Big swing. Ball is kept alive, going for the pipe, and that is a swing out Chol is having Esau in position 4, but he's still insisting to give Iga Mohammed that ball, and they need only 1 point to take this set. And the timeout has been called by their coach, Mugoda Alex. They just need only 1 point, and this is where it gets interesting in this game. You need only one score, but your opponent can still fight back and maybe catch up. And Kcca seems to be playing a bit around a bit with that lead that they had, and they are giving Police more opportunities to maybe catch up, and that could get them psyched up because the game is only in the first set. From that timeout, can Kcca actually get this point from first time of asking, just coming out of that timeout? Can they get this point first time of asking? Service going after Esau, not the very best pass, but it's going to be an off-system play. And of course, Esau wastes no time and gets that much needed as a point to give Kcca the first set, ending 22-25. Wonderful play from Police. I think it's a good run as they start, because they're playing against the National Club Championship winners who have had a good run so far in this league, losing only one game and dropping only 2 points so far. So it's a wonderful play for Police so far, but they could be better in the next set as well. And we could also see a different Kcca. Kcca usually starts somewhat slow in their games, but maybe later on they tend to push and fight more, and we could see that going into the next set as well. We are back for set 2. Police starting us off. Good service from David Say. That is Carlos sending that ball in the net. His first swing of this set. Carlos is a very aggressive player, and it is very rare to see him maybe dumping or doing very small touches. He's going to be aggressive each and every time on the service and on the attack. Swing through the middle, that is Owen. I thought the ball was out, but Waiswa picks it up. And as Owen, once again, he doesn't actually put that ball on court. Kcca not having a wonderful start. Finally, Kcca getting their first point of this set. Tough play. Police are always starting the sets very, very well, but I don't know what is happening in the late game, and this game matters most when it is in the late points. Good pass from David Say, the setter, now going to Fairuz. Big swing. They've decided to switch Fairuz back to opposite, and now Ezra is in the middle. And Ezra has always been a middle player. I wonder why he was not starting in the first set. And of course, Marvin playing as the libero today. Set. That is Waiswa off the block. It's a good save. Again, Fairuz, but that is going to be an interruption. And Police is going to have a chance to serve again. Sometimes these interruptions might be a blessing to either team. Maybe gives a team a chance to score better on the next try. You're saying 3-0 Kcca. We just have to watch and see. You know, this game is very surprising, and you can see the errors that Kcca is making in this set. They're chasing 5 points already, so you cannot just give it away. Police is fighting very well. They're defending quite well against these strong attackers of Kcca. This time, that is a beautiful cross-court swing, save. This is the defense I'm talking about from the Police side. Set, it's a backcourt. That is Esau finding the court once again. You'd almost think he's on the front court, like the swing is just very high, and he's jumping so high, moving into the front court and just swinging that above the blockers. Waisa on the service. David Say, very good pass, quick set. That is a net fault called on Police, on Kcca, on Owen. It's not a very good start for Kcca. Free ball, very good pick. Backcourt attack from Fairuz. It's saved. Very good play from Carlos, not letting that ball land. But then Ellie with the big swing, shut down, ball is kept alive. Carlos sending back a free ball. Who is taking this point? It's a very long rally. Saddam, net touch called on Kcca. They're sending over a free ball, but it seems like Ijongat is going for the jump on the block. and he makes an error. Quite disheartening for Kcca, and it's still a very poor start. This time he goes to Esau, and as always, he just sends that ball very deep. Kcca now at 4 points. But there seems to be some issue happening there. We see Police Eli talking to the referee. And for those who are watching with us here this game and maybe not following the ladies game, it is 2-0 in favor of VVC against KVC, and 24-20. It is match point for Team VVC. Back to our game here. That is Igune swinging outside. Kcca trying to close this gap as early as possible. They didn't have a great start, but they are trying to close that gap quickly so that maybe they can do better as the game goes on. But I tell you, the setter is doing quite well. That is Eli being shut down one-on-one by the setter, Chol. Chol is a very tall setter, so definitely when he's on that block. And speaking of blocks, there goes Esa once again shutting down Fairuz. Back-to-back blocks for Kcca, and this is their strength. This is where Kcca rises up. Their strength is on the defense, on the net defense. And when you see those blocks not coming in, you have to worry for Kcca. But now, since the blocks are coming in, they've been able to close that gap still and just get back in this game very, very early. We could see them firing up much more as we get into the next sets. And the game between KVC ladies and VVC has come to an end, and VVC takes away 3 points and winning that game 3-0. And next up we are going to have Kcca ladies taking on Seroma. You can still watch that game live on YouTube. It is live and it is on, and later we shall have Sportes taking on Nemo Stars, and then UCU will be the last game in the evening. Kcca has made 5 points consecutively. They were sitting at 3-7, and now they have the lead. But Carlos ends that run immediately with that poor service on the outside. It's an error. But he's done well, really, to maintain his service. These days he's very consistent. Shut down. That is David Say on Carlos, one-on-one. It's always very sweet to just shut down a block, an attacker, one-on-one. You're left alone and you just say you can do this, and you still get that block. And it's a much-needed block for Police, because they do go ahead once again. Of course, Chol confirming Carlos. Carlos is on the backcourt, but the way he's attacking, you'd think he's on the front row. He's swinging very high and jumping in. We usually call it flying. He's flying in very well. Good pass from Eli through the middle. That is Igune, shut down. They cannot recover that ball. Kcca defense is working really well. Esau going in for the service. That means Iga Mohammed playing in the receiver attack position is on the front court. Very good service going after Ouma. David Say he does, oh, he doesn't actually. He is shut down. I thought he ripped through that block and maybe the ball was on the other side, but he's just shut down. 3-man block by Kcca. Very good eyes from Iga to just join on that block. And now Eli taken out of the attacking. And this time Iga Mohammed through the hands of Chol. This time David Say through the hands of Chol is able to get that side out. But Kcca is still 1 point away from Police. Set, backcourt, Fairuz going for the soft play. It's going to be a free ball and a chance for Police once again to catch up. Are they catching up? No, they do not yet. Are they catching up? Well, they do not catch up, but rather Kcca takes the lead. Carlos with the heavy swing from the backcourt. Kcca now leading by 3 points, and Police has really lost that 5-point lead that they had at the beginning. They've lost it already, and the game is still early. Another error from David Say, just adding on to the points for Kcca. Several errors costing Police that lead that they had. A lot of trouble for Police. Heads facing down. They're wondering what can they do to maybe get themselves back in this game. Is it an ace serve? No, that ball is out, and maybe Kcca will just be relieved with that point because they didn't even have to work for it. They do get it, and they're maybe pleased to get a side out. Through the middle, quick tempo from Owen, but he sends that out. Police are trying to get themselves back in this game. 2 points in a row, and they are only chasing 2 points. But it's a good set. Carlos, very good defense. It is out, unfortunately, for Odong Hassan. And of course, the National Club Championship winners or champions are still in the lead in this set. You know that title, that praise has to last and all the way till we play National Club Championships again next year. Good defense, very good touches, and of course, that is Carlos, the powerhouse as well. I told you he has nothing like free ball in his play. He's going to go hard, very, very hard, and he's always looking for that space, and he's able to get it. Chol on the service. Very good front court for Kcca at the moment. That is Opolot John Paul on the swing. Very good touches, a bit of miscommunication. It's an overpass. And once again, Opolot John Paul going for the dump, little touches, but with that block, there's just no way through, and he's shut down. Kcca at 19 points, making this set look very, very easy on their end. They started quite poorly, but are now leading by 6 points. It's just impressive from them. timeout now called for Police, with Kcca hitting the 20-point mark and looking for only 5 to take this second set, and Police still struggling. They started really well, having a 5-point lead, and they lost it even before hitting the 15-point mark, so it's not a good play on their side. And now calling this timeout, maybe there's a lot that needs to be sorted out. They seem to be very relaxed in this game, and yet they need to be pushing more and more to be more fired up, because Kcca is not a team where you can be relaxed, especially knowing that they might be the better team in this matchup. Changes once again. David says back on court. Chol still in service, and it's still a very good front court row for Kcca. Good up from David Say, and he follows through. But that is is it an error? No, it is definitely a net touch called on Kcca, and that is a much needed side out. It's always impressive for a team to actually get a side out immediately after a timeout, because that is the whole point of the timeout. Ebulu David also saying Kcca is so relaxed in this game. Yes, I feel both teams are all relaxed, and I thought maybe Police could be more intense, but that's a good block, Ezra and Ellie.
Merci.
22 points for Kcca. They managed to get a side out. That is Iga on the service. He goes for the jump service. Set through the middle. Ezra is shut down. A lot of things not going well for Police, but Ellie swinging very hard on that off-system play catches Kcca off guard because they even take away the block, but he finds a way to get that point and keep the defending champions on chokehold. Sorry, the defending, the National Club Championship winners on chokehold. Yeah, the defending champions are Sports Volleyball Club. $16 points for Police, 6 points on the count for them. Kijambu is now on for Kcca. Big swing, that is Esau once again. It's always just impressive to see him going high up, swinging. This time he's swinging very long. He's trying to go above the blockers. Tough play there for Fairuz, but it's another beautiful block from Police. That is Igune and Ezra and Ellie, sorry. Fairuz is going in for the service. That means the setter is on front court for Police. And at this point, at this time in the game, Esau, does he get the hands? Unfortunately, that is going to be an attack out. It hits on the belt and it goes out. Kcca tends to become very, very relaxed towards the end of the set, especially when they're having that lead. And now they're looking for only 2 points to win this set, but they have sort of now become even more relaxed. And Police is doing very well trying to close that gap. Now Kcca calling a timeout. Maybe the coach wants to see his players bringing in the heat so that they can win this set as quickly as they can. Service for Police. Big set. Esau almost shut down. It's going to be a free ball. Big chance. Omondi caught off guard on that one. A libero is supposed to set when the setter defends. It's another free ball. Ijambu. Ijongat decides to take the setting role. It's just sort of like ping pong. Everyone is giving the other a free ball, and then finally ball going to Iga, and he misses it. And that is the set, ladies and gentlemen. Kcca taking the second set as well. 2 sets for them now, and they are looking for just one to maybe win this game. They could take it 3-0 because they seem to be playing much, much better. Being able to catch up 5 points and then still having a huge lead towards the end of the game, that's quite impressive from Kcca, which shows them to be the bigger team at the moment in this match. But maybe, as you always know, it's not over until it's over. Police is also fighting back, and they tend to fight back towards the end of the set. Maybe in this next set they could start quite early on their fight, and maybe we could see them trying to take a set as well. Set 3 now underway, 2-2 for both sides. And I think both teams are starting on equal footing in this set. Tough pass there for Iga. Esau making it look very, very easy on that swing. Very good swing from him. You could almost think there's nothing, and he seems to be struggling a little bit, but he still decides to show off what a high jump can do. On to serve for Kcca, for Police, sorry. Tough serve. Iga is really struggling with the passing, and Chol trying to deal with that as well. But that is David Say getting that point. Police once again having a great start. No changes in the lineup. Kcca finally also getting a side out. I tell you, teams are going on equal footing. They are all on equal footing at the moment. Beautiful swing from David Say. Earlier on at the start of the game, I mentioned how he's a very smart player. He knows when to get a point if they need a point, if his team needs a point. He knows how to look for it. This time it's a heavy swing, sending that to Spike Town. That is Iga Muhammad. Sometimes I feel like attackers sort of play around, or okay, they know how capable they are. They know their limit, but then sometimes they want to maybe sort of like push themselves down and reduce their capacities. But that is another point for Kcca era from Opolot John Paul, who is now on court. I think the Police squad seems to not be full house today. Opolot John Paul once again with the swing. Omondi unfortunately doesn't get that ball up. Wanda Nabanji Sharif, we haven't seen him on court so far. We have seen Omondi through and through. I think we might see Nabanji tomorrow as Kcca takes on Tigers. Tigers also not a very easy team as we have seen so far, because they did give Nemo a very hard time, and then they tend to play quite really well against these teams that we see as the big ones. And of course they won Serie B last season and have rejoined Serie A, so they're doing quite well. Oh, that's a heavy swing from Iga Mohammed off the head of the blocker, and it even goes out of the arena. Such power. And meanwhile, the game between Kcca and Seroma ladies has also started, so feel free to check that out as well. What you can watch on double screens, guys, so that you keep up with both games. Anyway, that is a carry called on the defense on Esau. Kcca, as someone mentioned, seemed to be very relaxed in this game, and I'm also seemingly relaxed as well because the game seems to be relaxed. But it is a wonderful game. Chol with the set. What a hit! Sending that to Spike Town, guys. The intensity that these guys bring on the court is just impressive. Esau makes it look very easy on the pipe. Swing through the middle, that is Igune, very smart play. Owen had not yet gotten his hands clearly over the net, and Igune takes advantage of that. Igune has always been a very reliable middle player for Police, all the way from the time they were fighting to get into Serie A, and then able to get themselves into the Serie A once again. Second consecutive season since they rejoined. And the game is still moving point by point. That is another service error from Kcca. Service that is from Ezra. Back set, Carlos. Not the very best set. He sends over a free ball, and David Say once again off the hands of the blockers, and he's been doing that several times, and he's going to continue to do it, because if the hands are there and he's seeing them, he's going to definitely use them. Good up from Iga through the middle. Quick set. It's a hit outside, but unlucky for Police, they can touch the net. Very unlucky for them with that net touch, and Kcca. That is David Say, this time shut down. Carlos is tired of his block being used, and he decides to seal off. David Say very cunning on those plays, and just consistently doing them. And Owen surviving narrowly on that service error. I told you sometimes these interruptions give a team an opportunity to correct a certain mistake, and that is it for Owen, and he corrects it really. Serves even better. Quick tempo through the middle, that is Igune. Kcca seem to be extremely reluctant on the backcourt defense. But when you know your team is good, well, why not? Tough pass again. They're going after Iga Mohammed. I mentioned it earlier. They were not going after him, but now they are. But of course, Chol, a very good setter, is finding all possible ways to deal with those passes and still finding his attackers. Still points are at level. Neither team is allowing the opponent to maybe take a lead. Big swing through the middle this time. Ijongat is quite there. David Say going for the dump. Chol is quite there. Shut down Esau this time. No way through for him. It is the first time we are seeing this in this game. And that is Carlos with a heavy swing. down the line. If you leave that space, he's going to take advantage of it because he tends to swing towards that side. But of course, he can still go cross-court. He's just looking at that space, and of course, with the heavy swings that he brings in, makes it very difficult for the blockers. Good set through the middle. This time, Igune, unfortunately, doesn't get it on court. And this is where it gets interesting. Police tends to lag behind around this time, looking at the errors that they are making at this point in the game and giving Kcca a lead. The coach is very quick to call a timeout this round. He does not want his team to be left behind. The errors are what is bringing down Police when they get into the most important and crucial times in the game. That is where the errors tend to be so many, and they end up giving it away. Back from the timeout, Kcca with a 2-point lead. Tough pass. It's going to be a backward set. Fairuz, heavy swing, good defense from Carlos. Fairuz once again, and this time just sends it flying off court. That ball just being signed into Fairuz Airways. Yes, Opio, Kcca defense is good on the net, but I was talking about their back row defense. It wasn't doing quite well earlier on. That is Carlos. Ball is still kept alive. It's over. Chol going to Iga Muhammad, and as usual, making it look very easy. Five-point lead for Kcca. And in these about 7 points that Kcca has made, Police has managed to make only 1 point. But now making another point, I fear it might be quite late for them to push back in this game. But it's not over until it's over, and volleyball is a very surprising game, despite being a game of skill. Carlos sending the antenna flying on that hit with that power. Kcca also finally getting a much-needed side out because Police makes those 2 points in a row, and they're now sitting at 15 points. But Nabanji Sharif now on court, he means business. I think Kcca just wants to end this quickly, but that is a net touch hold on them, and of course Chol unable to also save the ball. Is Police really fighting back? Are they hopeful? Because sometimes they say it is the hope that actually kills us, but is their hope going to kill them, or is it going to push them very, very high up, and maybe they can even still push back and take a set here? Sure. Kcca hitting the 20-point mark, but as soon as they do that, and Iga Mohammed serving in the net, they do not push further on that play. It's a very, very bright day here at NSAMBYA Sports Arena. Guys, if you're at home chilling, please come and join us. If you are unable to, please continue to watch us on our YouTube channel. Okay, our YouTube channel, there are two streams, sorry. The ladies and the men's stream. That is Esau with a beautiful play, very smart play from him. And this time he decides to go very soft and still getting a side out, which shows that the game is not all about power. Sometimes even the brain needs to be working. Double substitution for Kcca, but then again, a timeout has been called for Police. Very late game. Kcca looking for 4 points to take the victory and take a clean 3 points away from this game. And like I said, is the hope of Police going to kill them, or is it going to give them the push to maybe fight back? And right there, Kcca taking on Seroma. They are still in the first set, but Kcca is leading with 5 points, and Seroma sitting at 10 points. For those who are interested in watching that game, please check out our other live game that is happening. And then later on in the evening, we shall be bringing to you commentary for Kcca, for UCU taking on KCB Nkumba at 5 p.m. We shall be having commentary on that game to engage with you, our viewers. So please check out that game, the game of Kcca versus Seroma. It is on as well. Yeah. Kcca with the service back from that timeout. And it is a service error, giving Police the exact result that they were looking for, a side out, and it comes as soon as they ask for it with that error from Owen. Eli on the service. Good pass. Is Kcca going to 22? Iga Mohammed is shut down. One-on-one. Very good eyes from Igune on that play. I actually thought Kcca was getting that point, but unfortunately for them, Iga doesn't get through. The setter now going to Esau. I cannot even explain such a hit because there's just no words for such an impressive play from Esau. Substitution for Kcca, Omiel coming in. It's a service strategy this time. And he goes after David Say. Overpass is shut down, ball is still up. Chance again, he tries to go for his signature cunning move, but this time forced to do a dump. And then it is Iga Mohammed in his favorite position, and he's able to get a side out. Kcca looking for 2 to take 3 points away from this game. And I mentioned at the start that losing to Sportes 3-2 and dropping those 2 points would push them to fight back here and cover up that gap and get 3 points. But Police getting a side out, and they're only 2 points away from catching up. I think they've played this set quite better because they've been able to close that 5-point gap. At some point it was 19, 13, 6 points, but now they are sitting at 21 and they seem to be looking very good to maybe catch up. Oh, unfortunately, David Say handing that match point to Kcca. Very easy point for them. Is Kcca going to take this game away? First time of asking. Esau on the service. He says they still want to be on court. He does not want his team to go home yet. And he serves that ball in the net. Second time of asking, maybe they can get it. Combination play, and they get it. That is Iga Mohammed. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Kcca making it look very easy for them, taking 3 points away, winning 3 sets to nothing. Police still yet to win a game because they have not won a single game so far. And they have played several games. They've played Tigers, which they lost 3-1. They've played KU, losing that one 3-2. And they've played Police. They've played Kcca, losing that game as well. So a lot to look out for on their side. Well done to Kcca, and congratulations to them as they continue to push higher and higher. And of course, the ladies' game is still going on. Kcca ladies taking on Seroma, still in the first set. And please, as we wait for the next men's game, you can tune in and be watching that one. The next game is Sportes Volleyball Club, the defending champions, taking on Sky Volleyball Club, who recently rejoined Serie A after winning the games that were played for qualification, with Ndeje Volleyball Club now out of the league. Winning those qualifiers handed Sky an opportunity to get back into Serie A, but they are also yet to win a game as well. So please stay on for that game. Right now, Kcca Seroma, Kcca with 20